17th of July. My name is Alisa Tilsner and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. Now, I'm thinking that it might be a bit of a quiet day today because it is also Stampin' Up's virtual album retreat, and I was going to not do today, and then I thought, no, we'll continue on, and I'll get back to my scrapbooking later. So I've got a little technique going on in my head. I'm not sure whether I can actually get it out of my head and onto paper. We'll see. It might be a mess, but let's turn the camera around and just experiment today is what I'm thinking. And hopefully it'll be okay. So welcome if you are joining me. We're going to be playing with a Perfectly Pears stamp set again. And we're going to do a little bit of ink blending and a little bit of watercoloring, but I'm going to put them together. So that's where I'm not sure whether it's going to come to what's in my head. So we'll see. Okay, it's up in the today. So what I had thought about doing, because these sometimes come to me the night before, sometimes they come to me in the morning, and this came to me this morning. So we are really calling it close. So I want to do a little bit of ink blending, and then I wanted to stamp, and then I wanted to do a little bit of watercoloring. Hey Renee, how you going? Oh yay! But then I thought, well, I'll have to use StazOn. But the Perfectly Pears are photopolymer, which ideally you shouldn't use StazOn with your photopolymer because of the cleaning and all that type of thing. So then I thought, well, I could black emboss it. So I have actually gone ahead and black embossed my pear, and it is on fluid watercolor paper. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. I'm doing some ink blending, which I don't normally do on fluid. I normally do it on basic white. So like I said, today is total experiment day. So I've grabbed the petal pink to do my ink blending, which is what I'm going to do first. And we'll just see. I've got nothing else I can say. We'll just see. So I'm going to ink blend over my entire panel, and I want my base to be a little bit heavier. So what I normally do is do my ink blending and take it as far as it can go before it starts to run out. So it'll probably be fairly light at the top before I go back in for my second grabbing. And then I will go round and round in circles. So my first one was backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Now I sort of come in a little bit rounder and take that up until I can't go any further. So because I've got the most ink on when I start, the bottom area will be darker. So, and then I just keep going until I'm at where I like. But now I'm not going to bring all the way up. I'll probably bring 3/4. And then again, and I'll only go halfway. Hello, Kathy. Hey, Donna. Illinois on vacay. Hello, Kathy. First time catching me live. Oh, excellent. Welcome then. I was thinking, because it's virtual album retreat day, everybody would probably be watching the Stampin' Up event, and I was like, oh, should I still go live? I don't know. So it's got a little bit of a different texture on it because it is on the fluid card. Hey, Renee. Oh, okay, you've come in on a different Renee. No, you have come in on I got myself a little bit confused for a second. I was like, wait a minute, it's the same. Okay, so now here's where it might get a little bit tricky because I've not done this before and I don't know if it's a technique or not. Like I said, we're just going to experiment. I had a little bit of a thought in my head. Whether those thoughts come out or not, who knows? Whoops. Hey, Deb. Okay, so I'm going to grab the two-step part now, and this is where I sort of am wondering whether it will work or not. Hey, Marilyn, because I have embossed, and I don't know whether that embossing is going to impact my ability to stamp, for starters. Because I've got that base green, I don't know whether that will impact the color that we get going on. Okay, so this is where we all go, wish me luck, because I am also going to use Mossy Meadow and then also Darling Duckling. Hey Sharon. So yellowish on this side. So I'm going to stamp up that side in Darling Duckling, and then I'm going to swing it around because we don't want to put Mossy Meadow into our Darling Duckling ink pad. So I've got, I don't know whether you can see, and then along the base. Okay, so we may or may not have success. If we do not have success, I don't know what I'm going to do because this is with my experimental. Not a scrapbooker. I totally get you. I am not a scrapbooker either, but I thought I would. I got the kit thinking that I could try scrapbooking, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm leaving it on here for quite some time because I'm hoping that it will transfer. Okay, oh, it did work. Excellent. So I've got this going on, which you might go, oh yeah, but Alisa, that looks like. So now what I was thinking of doing was grabbing my water painter and aqua paint or whatever, and then actually need to get that a little bit dry. Squeeze some water through. There we go. And then I thought about just doing that messy watercoloring technique as well, and that way I can fill in the lines and blend it together. So I've started off in the Mossy Meadow side. Now I'm going to wipe my pen because I don't want to drag it too much. Go into the Darling Duckling and see whether we can get some blending happen. And now I've also got a little bit of that petal pink showing through. So I need to, there we go. Oh, Donna says her husband even worked for a scrapbooking company. Wow. Well, I figured that not everybody would be scrapbooking because I was going to cancel today, and then I was like, no, I won't. So there we have something different. I really like the texture is from the stamp. So it's given me lighter areas and then darker areas. So I really quite like that as well. Okay, so now we'll go on to the leaf. Now, what will I do that in? I could bring in my, here we go. I'm just going to grab my old olive and I'll ink the whole thing up in old olive, I think. Oh, you know what? I've stuck my stamp on back to front. I stuck my stamp on back to front. It's supposed to go that way. Oh dear. It is Thursday today and not Monday, right? What a wally. I was thinking, wow, that inked up really heavily. There'd be a reason. Okay, so now normally I would like to do the inside of the the leaves in the Mossy Meadow, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm just going to do the tips instead. How about that? Ah, dear. Okay, so let's get that happening down there as well. Let's see how we go. Oh yeah, I'm glad, because then I was thinking, well, I still need a card for next week's newsletter as well. And so, by the way, if you aren't on my newsletter list, then head on over to alisatilsner.com. My name is spelt on the screen, and sign up for the newsletter. And these tutorials that we do, well, I wouldn't call them a tutorial really, because sometimes it's just a mess. But anyway, the card that we make in today's live will go out as a tutorial. Now that's given me a really heavy line because I didn't see that. It's given me a really heavy line. So what I can do, because I'm watercoloring, is actually grab my Mossy Meadow and just fix that. So let's give that a little bit more And we can get rid of that line and blend it together. So this is sort of actually, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing today. I've got no expectations of anything. Oh, you're in the pool. I am freezing. You are lucky to be warm enough to be in the pool. So, okay. Where's my lid gone? So that's sort of what the technique-y side I was going to do. You know what? I might actually pull in some Cajun craze. Just bear with me. I think it's Cajun craze. Should I do? No, I might do Calypso Coral actually. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. So Coral, I think. I think Cajun craze might be a little bit dark, but let me grab some of this. And just in this little spot here, I feel like it wants to just pick up a little bit of that pink. And all I'm doing is just mushing it around. Okay, wipe my pen off. And then just mush that into the yellow. I think that looks a little bit better. Just winging it, exactly. Just winging it, which is pretty what I do all the time. So that's just picked up a little bit of that pink that is in the background. Okay, so question time. When that dries, I might do some splatter on that too. We'll see. Okay, question time. I have got 2 pieces of designer series paper out here, and they are very busy, but I sort of want that because they are going to be hidden in the background. But your decision will help me decide what color our card base is going to be. So it'll either be on, let me get this out of this way. So this is going to be your decision. So it's either going to be on Mossy Meadow with another layer of that and that. So we've got that going on. Or we've got Secret Sea with that and that going on. So tell me what you think. I might put some white flicking on that because I'm feeling that it's like a little bit too heavy for me. So let me grab my white out. Might actually just have to heat set that for a second because that's quite wet. So you guys tell me in the comments, Secret Sea, blue or green? How about we just make it easy for you typing? Ugh. Blue or green? I'm just going to heat set this, so excuse the noise. But if I don't heat set it, then, or dry it off, sorry, not heat setting. I don't want to burn my embossing on there either. But if I don't do that, then my white will disappear. It will just get sunk into it. Okay, what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mossy Meadow. Oh, 5 for Mossy Meadow. Okay, looks like we're going Mossy Meadow. Give that a dry. Yep. Oh, everyone's. Woohoo! That was a clear decision. All right, let's do a little bit of white ink splatter. And I am going to, because I want it nice and thick, I'm just going to actually grab my, I suppose I could always go back and make another one, couldn't I? I generally don't do that. If I'm going to make 2, I'll make 2 side by side, but I generally don't go back and, whoops, remake cards that I've already made. Okay, so I've got my own dedicated aqua painter thing for this because the white is quite thick, and this has sucked up white back up into my little barrel there. All right, let's make this mess. Oh yeah, I like it. Not too much, but enough. Don't go overboard. Okay. And that way I can leave this you know, I don't have to clean it off so much. All right. Got it everywhere. Got it everywhere. Thanks, Donna. Okay, so I'll show you that. So we've got some white splattering, and I'm going to set that aside to dry. Oh, I've got it all on my pants as well. Anyway, it goes everywhere. Okay, so rightio, I got to trim down my card for starters. Whoops, knocking everything out of the way. All right, so let's do that. Scraps on the floor. I really need to clean my scrap pile up though, because it's getting a little bit out of control. Splatter not inside. Okay, so let's get that. And what I like to do as I'm creating is to just keep things layered up so that I know if I need to change anything, I can do that. Okay, so again, if you are wanting all the measurements and everything that I've got for this card, make sure you sign the newsletter. Love cutting into a fresh piece of paper. Oh, look at that. The paper is absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm pixelating or freezing up every now and then. Okay, so isn't it? It's just beautiful, and the B side is really lovely on this one as well. So, but I did want this a little bit busier. I wanted to try some busyness with these. All right, let me just get rid of all of this stuff here because it's getting in my way. And I'm going to do another layer of this. Is I die cut that one out of the textured notes. Oh, look at that. And don't you love it when it just fits? Thank you very much for that. Oh. All right. I love it. Okay, so I'll grab my little mini machine. And throwing stuff around. It's okay. All right, let's get this cut. And hopefully it cuts all the way, because my plate's got some cracks in it, and sometimes it prevents it cutting all the way. Yep, got it. Perfect. Okay, what have I done with that? It's got white all over it. Tell you what, I should be called the messy crafter. Okie dokie. Okay, so as that white has sort of started to dry, it's faded a little bit and is picking up, I don't know whether the camera picks it up, but it's picking up the colors from underneath. So let's pop you on there. And because I'm doing this a little bit skew-if, let's do this layer skew-if as well. So rather than layering it up completely, I'm going to just offset it just a tiny bit. So that's what we've got going on. So I'm thinking that the busyness of that paper is actually working quite well. And I haven't picked up a lot of the pears. A lot of it is the floral going on in the background. Okay, so I've got that. Now I also need a sentiment, and I'm thinking I'm just going to do my sentiment on white because it is a lot of color and I haven't actually got any white going on yet. Hey Gretchen, how are you? So let's grab, I'm going to grab perhaps, maybe I'll just do friend. I could do thank you. What will I need? I could do thank you friend. How about that? Maybe I'll do two little sentiments. How about that? Oh, you're not crafting if you're not messy. I know. Well, yeah, you should see my room. Does that count? Does a messy room count? All right. Thank you, friend. And I just need to, don't mind me, when I bend down, it's because I'm going to my scrap pile that's on the floor. So I'm just going to grab because I've usually got lots and lots of white on the ground, as I do. Oh. All right, and I can do it that way, perfect. And let's use Mossy Meadow. Lovely. Put all these behind. Close your eyes for 2 seconds. All right, let's give these a little close trim. And then I am thinking, do I want them to be skew-if? I'm thinking maybe yes. Whoops, get under there. Am I thinking yes? Don't mind me talking to myself, just having thoughts. Just having thoughts with myself. Is that straight? I think so. I'm just debating whether to cut the ends on a skew-if or not, because I'm thinking maybe I will. So I'm just not even, and not a huge angle either, just a little off the, because everything else is straight, but I'm just going to offset that anyway. And we'll do that to this one too. So that one's a little bit just on the skew-if as well. That one's a little bit too. Let's straighten that one up just a little bit. I don't want it to be, you know, really harshly angled. All right, thank you, friend. Now I am going to grab my blending brush, and there's probably enough pink on there to just edge those a little bit, just to take the chill off it. You could alternatively just drag that card through your ink pad, and that will give you a bit more of a solid line on there. But that's just a little bit soft, just to match. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, the snips have sold out. So they have had issues. I'll just show you this. So I'm just tapping that in the edge. The snips have sold out because the manufacturer has shut down, and so they need to source someone new. So if well, I know that they're sold out in Australia. I don't know whether they've sold out in countries or not, but they are discontinued and gone. So I know. But hopefully they'll find a replacement soon. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that up to the screen. Okay, looking cool. Now, I have also got, not you, I have got some of this. Look at that, first time opening. How pretty is this? Now, like I said, I don't use ribbon a whole lot anymore, but this was just super pretty. So I did actually go back and order some. And then I've also got these beautiful, they're called low profile sparkle dots. And they've got lots, I don't know whether the camera will pick it up, but there's lots of glitter and sparkle going on in those dots. So I am thinking that I should try and have a little crack at doing this. Right. I'm going to start adhering things together. So let's get this on here. And I should do my inside of my card as well, but I'll make sure that I do that after. Okay. See, or you could do it on this side of the card, and that gives you a pair. But I think I'm good. No, I think I'll keep this. I know it's got a lot of yellow in it, and I've only got like a tiny bit of yellow in there. But you know what? That's just gonna be what it is. All right, let's get this panel stuck down, because then I can start rearranging things, and I'm going to stick it right close to that little decoration that's going on get this to come up higher a little bit. There you go. So I just offset it just a little bit, just to be different. But well, I'm going to offset it on this side, so why not offset that as well? Okay, let's try a little bit of this. So I am going to wrap this around and just tie it in a knot, I think. And then I'm going to see whether I can fray the ends of the knot. So I don't want a massive, it's on the other side, it's quite gold and yellow. So we've got Mossy Meadow on one side. I know it's only supposed, oh, it is Mossy Meadow and gold. There you go. I was going to say, oh, it looks quite goldish on the other side. And that's why, because it's called that. There we go, which will tie in with our bits of yellow. Okay, so let's cut that. Whoops. And me not using my other scissors, which I have used for cutting things. Okay, so we'll pop that there. And do I need to zhuzh it? I will see, by having it loose, that means I can twist it or move it up, or so now I've got a little bit more room going on over here. All right, got you in a good knot. Let's pop you up on dimensionals. Now, other things that I am working on, which I'm hoping to have out shortly, is I've designed another album, another 6x6 album, and I'm just working on decorating it now, and I'm waiting for some more supplies to turn up in the mail. So I hopefully have that out in a week or two. And then also I'm doing the Pears for the Creative Card Makers Club, which is a, oh, I should have checked that, which is a monthly PDF tutorial that I do. So we're playing with the Pears for that as well. Now I just want to see whether I can fray these. Hey Jocelyn, the rectangle dies are from the Textured Notes. The stamp set, there is a stamp set that goes with it, but I am getting a lot of use from these dies as a standalone, and that just frays it for me. So I'm thinking that this will fray quite nicely as well. I just want a little bit of fraying. I don't want a massive amount. So just something different. Oh, there we go. I got some fibers coming out there. There we go. All sorts of gold bits coming out. Oh, that just looks raggedy. Let's try that again. I didn't want it to that extent. There we go. Just a little bit on the ends. That looked like something had gotten in there and munched on it. And then finally, I'll bring that up to the, oh, not finally, I'm going to put my sentiment on there. So I've just frayed the ends just a little bit. So that one looks better. I don't know why. That one just wants to be munched out all the time. Okay, let's get our thank you friend on here, which is probably going to be covered now by my center, my ribbon, which is probably why I don't use a lot of ribbon. We'll put that above. There we go. So one side needs to have a dimensional and the other side needs to go down flat. And where are my dimensionals? My little ones are all run out, so I'm just using my edges at the moment. Okay, a bit of seal. Whoops. see. Oops. Now we're sticking everywhere. Sticking everywhere. Okay, I'm going to stick down friend first, just so I get my placement happening. Oops. Straight would be good. Thank you. And this one. Thank you, friend. And should we put some sparkle dots on there? So we've got the Darling Duckling, Mossy Meadow, and the Secret Sea. So 2 sizes. Oops. Stick one down there. And then we'll do, if I can pick them up, I'll do a double one up here. There we go. I'm done. Pop these away. I always like to turn them around and put them in upside down. So I take them out, turn them around, and pop them in so that that is there. Because then the next time you go to use them, you don't have to take the whole thing out the packet. You can just slide them out there. What would be even really better is if they had a side opening that you could pull out. But anyway. If only we could design our packaging, right? we would have everything perfect. Okay, so there we go. Something a little bit different. I don't mind it, actually. I have to say, I don't mind it at all. It worked out, was perhaps a little bit different in my head, probably because I was envisioning, oops, I've smudged too. I was envisioning something a little bit smoother, but I think it works. I could have tattied up. Let's do that. I was going to say, let's make it a little bit more rusticy and let's tatty up that corner maybe. Maybe not. It's done now. Anyway, whatever. we'll just ignore that little bit that I did. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. So a lot of that was actually accomplished with the texture in the stamp set itself, because there's a couple of little, you can see where there's quite a few big indents and your ink isn't going to pick them up, so they left a few little clay cratery things, so when you sort of washed it all out, it turned out quite well. So there you go. I will quickly come back to me. So once again, oh gosh, I feel like I've got so much hair today. If you would like the instructions for this card and for everything that I've used, head on over to alisatilsner.com and you can sign up for my newsletter. Jocelyn says, if you trim a sliver of plastic wrap on the right hand side, then you can slide out so you can slide out the bling. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just do that and then you can pull it out. I have actually done some where the bag has accidentally split open, and that's how I know it's easier to just pull them out by the side. So there you go. Okay, Marilyn said, would you also from the citrus? Yeah, give it a go. I can't remember what the citrus sweet, say that fast, looks like, because this one had the double stamping, but you could definitely just watercolor into it if it doesn't have the double stamping. You could definitely do that. So yeah, there we go. Thanks very much, Diane. Hey Wendy, we are just finishing, can you believe it? So this is the card, so you'll have to go back to the start and have a little bit of a watch. So thanks very much for joining me, and we will see you again next Thursday. And I think that's it. No other news to tell you. So yeah, take care. Have a great weekend. If you are going back to do the virtual album retreat, have fun with it. I haven't even started yet. Typical me. But I have to get it done because I've bought the kit. I paid all that money for it. So I definitely need to get back in and watch all the replays on that. You can still get the kit. It's still available until they sold out. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll make mine. I'll share the photos. We'll see how we go. I'm not a scrapbooker. Saying. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and we will catch you this time next week. So take care. Bye bye.